What's up, guys? OldManTup coming at you today with our Week 8. Week 8 match against the San Diego Chimchargers and GG, it's MV. Really been looking forward to this match as he's just been destroying teams. We match up okay against him. If you watch the team builder, which was uploaded yesterday, you will already be familiar with this team, but we're going to go over it. Rotom Heat, Scarf Rotom, because it takes care of his water types, which we thought he was going to bring both because water is so good against my team. Expert Belt Azelf with the coverage for everything we think he's going to be bringing, especially defensive Tentacruel to stand up to those those water type attackers, as well as poison some things, as I didn't think he was going to bring anything immune to it, and he didn't, so bueno. Tangrowth, because it walls the balls off of that Gyarados. Hippowdon, our Sand Setter, and Excadrill, because Excadrill walks through this team. And this is a showdown replay. I'm going to have to explain a few things as we go. First off, I would like to thank Juan Cito Marvel, because he did gen the team that we played with on Wi-Fi, but unfortunately we were having connectivity issues. There was a DC at the end of the match where that was fairly certain, but if certain things happened, shenanigans could happen at that point. So MV was gracious enough. We come to the agreement that we should play it out on Showdown, and you're going to have to see how we compensated a few turns here and there to replicate the results to that point. So, yeah, that's about it right now. What we are going to see, pretty much what we saw, we're just going to dive right into this, and I think I have all the sound off, and we're going to be playing stopping and going. We're going to lead with Azelf, and he's going to lead with his baby Chimp. Now, unless he's Scarf, this is an absolute speed tie turn 1. I just go for the U-turn. I don't know why, but in my head I had Expert Belt, and I was thinking that I had Focus Sash, because why would I lead with anything other than Focus Sash Azelf? Well, because it outspeeds everything but this on his team. And I just went for a U-turn, thought maybe he would switch out. But that isn't the case. And he's just going to straight off go for the knockoff, and that is just going to one-shot me. As you can see, the Expert Belt goes flying off there. We're going to send out Winston and get up the Sandstorm. Now, I don't think he's going to try and knock me out here. He outsped me, so I didn't know if he was Scarfed. And if he knocks off, it's not the end of the world, and we get a huge hit. Actually, we just set up Rocks here, but Rocks is the optimal play as it hits his Gyarados really hard, and it hits everything but Donphan and Keldeo for neutral damage. So that's bueno, and that does a lot of work to his team. So we want to get the Rocks up. And that is what we're going to do. He's going to switch out and go into Togekiss. So I'm like, okay, not too bad. Now Sandstorm's going to start racking up, and he's going to set up the nasty plot here, and I'm just like, oh boy. And, explanation, in the game we played, that Stone Edge actually crit, and did about the same amount of damage, so this was like our second or third recreation we had to go through to get everything down as close as we could. And it was funny that this time that the Stone Edge actually crit, so we didn't have to compensate for that later. Now he's going to stay in, and I'm not sure if he's going to Baton Pass out here or if he's going to go for a Roost whatsoever. So I think my optimal play, I highly doubt he's going to Baton Pass a nasty plot into Gyarados. I think he's real, but I'm not sure he's quite that real. So Earthquake, in my opinion, is the best move. It hits everything outside of Gyarados, and if he roosts, we're going to nail him. So that's what we go for. And he's going to go ahead and Baton Pass out here. I'm going to go into Keldeo. And this Earthquake does just a little under half. With the Rocks and the Sandstorm, that does do 50%. And we're going to switch out here. We're going to go into Tentacruel, predicting the Scald or maybe the Icy Wind. Now, another explanation. Right here, he went for Scald that turn and got the burn. Now, that's important. Why is that important? To explain to you what's going to go on. Because I wouldn't have stayed in had I seen the HP Electric that turn, or HP Ground, whichever it could have been. But because he hit me that Scald Burn the first time, and it was a moderate roll as to whether or not he would kill me with whatever hidden power he had. So I stayed in this turn because there was a small chance of me surviving even after the burn. That actually happened in one of our creations. He didn't get the burn and I survived with just enough health that was the burn damage on one of our second goes. So that was an interesting thing to see at this point. So we just stay in as we didn't know what his hidden power was going into this the first time, which is why he's going to hidden power Electric again to guarantee to take me out, because we didn't want to risk Scald hidden power combination not taking me out a second time. And I'm like, okay, the Sandstorm is still up. I'm going to bring out Kruger the Excadrill, and we're going to get some damage in. He's going to bring out Blunder here, which is just going to die to rocks, which I didn't think he was going to stay in, and I'm just going to set the Sword Stance. Now, he could bring in Dawnfang here, which I'm going to say is his dedicated switch to this, but we got Magnet Rise this week. If you guys watch the Team Builder, you got that. And we got him. And we're going to set up another Swords Dance. I really don't think anything is going to hurt us. He is just going to go for the Magnet Rise here. And, yeah. Or he's going to go for the Rapid Spin, which gets away our rocks. Now, this turn coming up here, Sandstorm subsides, but it doesn't matter because I'm faster because I have speed investment. He's going to survive this with 1 HP. And it doesn't really matter for later in the game, but the first time we played, this killed him. When we played on Wi-Fi, this killed him. He didn't get an attack off, and he just went for the knockoff here, and I kind of thought he would go for a Rapid Spin. Doesn't matter regardless, like I said later, you'll see in the match. He's going to knock off here, which knocks off our Lumberry, which doesn't matter. But he's going to get the Custat Berry, and I am just going to finish him off with an Earthquake. The Sandstorm was gone, so we didn't lose any turns of sand. He's going to bring out the Keldeo here, and I don't really have much to do to this. So we're going to go out into Jalapeno. He's going to set up the Calm Mind. Now, here was another discrepancy between what actually happened the first time and what happened here. Again, we didn't want to risk min-max roll damage with me being Assault Vest and max HP. The very first time, he went with a Scald Icy Wind combination. We did the calcs, and it turned out this guaranteed more likely to mirror what happened in that match. So he just Calm Minds and Icy Winds this turn in order to replicate that. He's going to Icy Wind. That's going to take out Jalapeno as the Scald and Icy Wind combination did before. So excellent, excellent. We're back on pace and right where we should be. Now I bring out Toasty here because I'm Scarfed and he has nothing that wants to come into a Volt Switch. I mean, outside of Ampharos. And I really should have predicted that and switched out into something that got an Ampharos face. But I don't. I just Volt Switch, which, I mean, still gives me the initiative regardless, plus damage. But it gives me one less turn of doing... Well, actually, it gives me the damage. Why am I stupid? Why am I thinking like that? Don't be dumb. Gonna set up the Sandstream here, and he's gonna Mega Evolve, and he's gonna give us the surprise of our own, and he's gonna go for the Magnet Rise. So, both he and I knew that Magnet Rise was gonna be important in this match against Earthquakers on the opposing team. And to that, I give the clap, because when that happened, I was just like, I just got fooled by my own trick coming into this match. So, I mean, that's just fantastic prep on his part. So, here you're going to see one Earthquake. Now, when we played on Wi-Fi, I missed back-to-back Stone Edges, which you're going to see replicated here with Earthquakes as he drops 2 Dragon Pulses on me. And we're going to see that happen. He's slowly getting whittled down by the Sandstorm. Damage output is about the same, but that's why you're going to see back-to-back Earthquakes here, because had either of these Stone Edges hit, he would have been gone, and that wouldn't have been a problem. But I'm going to switch out here. I'm going to go back into my Rotom Heat, as it is the most expendable Mon right at this moment. Dragon Pulse isn't going to kill me. I'm going to be faster than him. And I'm going to overheat here. I went for HP Ice the first time, which didn't quite kill, and we didn't want to risk another roll. As we saw the end of this turn, his Magnet Rise is going to wear off, I'm going to be faster, and I'm just going to be able to finish him off with an Earthquake. And that was right at the point where it disconnected in real life. So from this point on is us playing to play. He has Keldeo, Sneasel, and Gyarados. I believe to be a Scarf Sneasel at this point, because it outspayed Alzelf all 3 times we did a recreation. So either he's really lucky with that, or it's something else. It's either Scarfed or Banded, I don't know, as it only got off 1 attack the whole game. So yeah, not to be spoiling anything here, but he's going to bring out Gyarados here. And I Rock Slide, he has the Rock Berry, and we flinch. Now that is really, really important, because had I not flinched there, he would have killed me with an Earthquake, or Waterfall, and I wouldn't be able to make the switch I'm about to reset the Sand, because Sand was still running that turn, or I would have switched out there. And what's going to happen is he's going to switch out, making a really good play there, knowing that I was going to switch out into Hippowdon. And I went for the Earthquake here. He is just going to safely Scald. We have 6 turns of Sand left. And I stopped right here. And this was a really long turn for me. A really long turn. Because if he switches out to go to Gyarados to get the Intimidate, I really need to set up a Swords Dance. Because that'll cancel out 2 of the switches he can make to get those Intimidates. And that would be really, really good for me. But I couldn't risk it at this point and had to go for the Earthquake. And that's what I'm going to do. He doesn't switch out, and his Keldeo is going to go down. He's going to bring the Gyarados back out here. Now, I don't know his exact set, but even this just being a physically offensive Mon, he said this was bulky at some point in one of our conversations, but I didn't calc the damage for that. But even if I were to go to Rock Slide, I would have to get, I think, 2, if not 3 Rock Slide flinches in a row in order to win this. And I thought it would be, I weighed my options at this point, and he's either more likely to switch out into Sneasel to get the extra Intimidate off, not wanting to risk crits and or flinches. And I was like, do I want to risk the 8% chance for a crit, or the like 10% chance, 30% chance for a flinch, which I've already got 1. Do I want to risk that, trying that, or do I want to try, because at most I'm doing like 50%. Well, actually I think I'm doing even less than that after the Intimidate. So yeah, that's why I had to go for at least 3. So I really had to weigh that. And I thought my best chance to win was to predict him to switch and to go for the Swords Dance here and try to catch him, because I would be at a neutral attack. Oh, I'd be at +1 if he switched out. I could Earthquake the Sneasel, kill it, unless it's Focus Sashed. And then, but I don't get the impression he did from the way we talked. It's either Scarfed or Banded as far as I can tell. I could be wrong. And that's why I Swords Dance here. I thought that was my best chance. I mean, if he Waterfalls, he kills me regardless. So, I mean, unless I flinch, he kills me regardless. So I thought my best chance was going for the Swords Dance, thinking maybe he would switch. So I set up the Swords Dance, he stays in, and he is just going to Waterfall, and that is going to take out Kruger. The set he was running, I believe, was min damage 100%, so even without that damage accumulated from the knockoff and the rapid spin, still gonna one-hit KO me. And yeah, that was just an excellent match with MV, so fantastic, and thank you for the match. That was great. Losing 2-0 to someone who's just been destroying people's lives, no shame in that. We're gonna fall to 5-3, which we're still doing really good. We'll have to wait and see what Cooper does this week to see if we still remain atop our division, or if maybe we'll be tied, maybe we'll be a game back. We'll have to wait and see. But anyways, guys, this has been OldManTup, and I hope you enjoyed this rendition of the battle. There may not be a good thumbnail for this or the team builder. I don't remember if I explained in my team builder, but I did it right before this. I should remember. But the reason that I might not have access to those, I haven't checked yet, is this match took place on Thursday night, Friday morning, and I'm leaving first thing Friday morning in order to go to Pokénats. So I'll probably just be finishing that up when this goes live. So I hope you guys enjoy that. But anyways, guys, this has been OldManTup. Thank you for watching, and we will catch you on the flip side. Pirata to Pride, peace.